Hey, it's Kitty Crafts. Today we're going to be making some hostile mobs from Minecraft and turning them into keychains and magnets. What I love about playing Minecraft is that sometimes you'll have your cozy moments and other times you'll be running for your life from zombies and skeletons trying to shoot arrows at you. So let's see if you recognize any of these monsters and let's start crafting. Try to guess which mob I'm making just based off of these colors. This first mob is very similar to a non-hostile mob, and you can find these guys living in a house in the woods. You might also see them wandering around your base and holding up flags as well as a weapon called a crossbow. And if you couldn't tell by now, this is an illager head. Illagers are like the evil versions of the villagers, and they include evokers, vindicators, and pillagers who I've had to battle before at their outpost. All of these greens will make the face of Minecraft. This mob makes a light hissing sound whenever you walk near it, and you can tell right away that this is going to be the creeper, one of my arch nemeses, because when I first started my new Minecraft world, my forever world, my first little mushroom house that I was living in got blown up by a creeper, and I died so many times because I got blown up by these creepers. I just never hear them coming until it's too late. They really just sneak up on you from behind and start making that no. Thanks a lot. This next mob is also considered hostile, and I used to be pretty afraid of it when I saw him roaming around and picking up all sorts of dirt blocks. But then I realized all he was doing was his own thing. He wasn't really bothering anyone. Sure, he made some weird noises and just pop out of nowhere and teleport around you, but as long as you don't look straight into his eyes, he doesn't really bother you. He just walks around and picks up his little blocks. Just don't look at him. I think he just is socially anxious. He doesn't do eye contact. Same as me, I'm not very good with eye contact. And this is the Enderman. This next mob is technically not alive. It's undead, and it always drops some of my pet dog's favorite treats, even though it's a little bit rotten. The baby version of this mob likes to take rides on chickens, probably because they don't walk too fast, and sometimes they're a little bit clumsy and they'll just fall into water and drown. This is the Minecraft zombie. When I first started using Art Cow beads, one of the things that made me really interested in their brand of beads was all of the different shades of gray that they have. It allowed me to make a 3D version of this mob because the off-white color resembled bone very well. If I only used white, it wouldn't have looked as nice because a skeleton isn't completely white. It's got all sorts of shades of gray, and I was able to make it with my Art Cow grayscale beads. Back with more greens, but also we've added these beautiful hues of blue. I would consider this one of the newer mobs, but it's been in Minecraft for quite a while now. I've also had my fair share of battles with this mob in the ocean, almost getting impaled by their tridents. Very, very troublesome when I'm trying to look for sunken treasure in pirate ships. And it's sad because they weren't always like this. Some of these drowned used to be zombies who were just roaming and then they accidentally fell in some water. Now let's make a mob that I've actually never encountered before in the game. because this mob spawns in the Nether. I'm not really big on going into the Nether. The place scares me. It looks like I will get lost in there forever and never be able to go back to the overworld. However, I really appreciate how bright this mob looks, and it adds some nice yellow and red tones to this heads collection. This is the Blaze. They can be found in nether fortresses, and apparently they shoot fireballs at you, which is great. Another way for me to be unalived. This is the last green mob, I promise, and again, like the Blaze, I've never seen this mob in my world before. Not really sure what they do, but they are very cute, just like the Blaze. You can find them really deep underground or in swamps. What's interesting is that this mob has 3 different sizes. There's a small, medium, and large slime. I didn't know that they could be so huge. I've seen pictures of large slimes. And what's crazy is that they've been bouncing around in Minecraft since 2010, and I haven't seen them. It's been 16 years and I've still never met a slime. I think we need to get on that. This is the only mob in this collection that is actually real. You can find them in real life, and although this is a hostile mobs collection, I know in real life, not all of them are hostile. They're just doing their own thing, making a little web so that they can catch their bugs. But if I see a spider in my house, in my room, crawling on my ceiling, nope, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna bring out the Dyson. You're gonna get sucked up in there. So sorry, but I'm not a big fan of spiders, especially the ones in Minecraft that are huge. Last but not least, we have one more mob from the Nether. This is a hostile mob that is very famous because it was the main antagonist of the Minecraft movie. I never expected them to be the main antagonist. I thought Steve would be fighting an army of zombies or maybe pillagers or the creepers, but no, he was fighting off the piglins. The whole storyline of the Minecraft movie was Steve going into the Nether, saving those kids somehow. I don't remember the plot of the movie very well. I just know I enjoyed seeing it, even though the mobs in the movie were kind of cursed looking, especially the piglins. It was still a very entertaining movie, and what made me understand what piglins are. So for this one as well, since the ears are kind of floppy and I can't really get them to connect, I need to use masking tape or just regular scotch tape in this scenario. I'm moving the beads closer together and angled in a way that I like so that you can tell those are the piglin's floppy ears. You can do this with all of the other sprites, but for this one specifically with the ears you have to use tape. And then I have my parchment paper and my iron set on a medium heat setting so that I can fuse all the beads together. Since these are mini designs for little keychains, they're pretty fast to iron, and then you cool them down under a heavy book so they stay flat. And now we do some peelies. So here we have another 10 cutie minis Minecraft heads, and we can turn them into magnets by getting a sticker magnet here. You just put it on the back of your sprite. Super easy to make a little decoration for your fridge or for your locker. And then the keychains, I have supplies for my keychains in the description, as well as any of the beads that I use. You just need some pliers to get the jump ring through one of the beads and then close it up so that it stays connected. And that's how you make your own DIY Minecraft keychains and magnets. Shout out to Xavier, who is 9 years old and recreated some of my 3D Minecraft figures. They look so good, and I'm very proud that you were able to make them so beautifully. Look at them, aren't they just fantastic? You did so great, and thanks to Dad for sending these photos over. If you ever want to share your recreations, I would love to see them. Check out the links below for the supplies that I use and how to share your pictures to me. And if you want to recreate any of my projects, you can check out the 3D Minecraft playlist over here. I will see you next time with another cutie craft. Bye!